Okay, let's practice this again. X to the 2/3 plus x to the 1/3 minus 6 equals 0. Let's rewrite the first term. So x to the 1/3 quantity to the second. Now notice there's two places where x to the 1/3 is written. Let's replace. Okay, so we're going to write a u in place of every x to the 1/3 we see. So u squared plus u minus 6 equals 0. The left side happens to factor nicely. U plus 3 times u minus 2 equals 0. If it didn't, we just complete the square. Zero product property, so u plus 3 equals 0 or u minus 2 equals 0. Subtract 3 on both sides of the first equation. Add 2 on both sides of the second equation. Now that we have solved for u, see, it's u equals a number or u equals a number. So now it's time to replace the other way. So every u that we see, we're going to now replace back with an x to the 1/3. So you don't want to do this back replacement until you've solved for u. Okay, so x to the 1/3 equals -3, or x to the 1/3 is equal to 2. If you want, you can write a step that looks like this. X to the 1/3 can be replaced with cube root of x. This, I think, as written, it's a lot easier to see. To undo the cube root, we've got to cube both sides of both equations. So x equals -27 or x equals 8. Let's try this one more time. How about solve x to the 4th minus 14x squared equals -40. Now take a look at the work that's written here. For the interactive question, what's wrong with this work? So take a look at the work in the red box. Something's wrong somewhere. Looks like from first step to the next, factoring, then the next step, split it up into two separate equations, and then some work skipped, but yeah, square rooting both sides because of negative signs in the radical. There's i's instead. But where is the error? So I want you to identify which step is incorrect and identify what the specific error is. So instead of saying, oh, instead you should have done this, just look at the work that's been done and point out the specific error that occurred. What did somebody do wrong? In other words, don't show somebody how to do the problem correctly here. Say your peer did this. You want to point out, no, you can't do this step because, and try to explain why a certain step doesn't work in the process. Now let's take that same equation and solve it a way it can be solved. So again, the interactive question was about, in the work that's incorrect, point out what's incorrect about it. Not, oh, you should do it this way instead. We're now going to talk about, oh, this is what you should do instead. Let's add 40 to both sides. And then write x to the 4th as x to the second. So that 2 times 2 is that exponent 4. Now the point is there's x squared written multiple places, and we can replace every x squared with a u. So we get u squared minus 14u plus 40 equals 0. The left side factors, so u minus 4 times u minus 10 equals 0. Apply the zero product property. Add 4 to both sides or add 10 to both sides of the two different equations. Now that we've solved for u, right? It's u equals a number or u equals a number. Only at this stage do we think about replacing back the other way. So I'm pointing out we have solved for u. Now replace every u with an x squared. So we have x squared equals 4 or x squared equals 10. We get x equals plus or minus 2 or x equals plus or minus root 10. It really is plus or minus root 10. Don't turn that into plus or minus 5. Root 10 is not equal to 5.